All right, let's take a look at one last example here. The number of bank failures in the United States between 1935 and 1940 are summarized in the following table. Find the best fitting quadratic model for this data, and then answer some questions about it. So we're going to find the best fitting quadratic model, so we'll need to enter all of this data. Let's clear everything. And notice that it says resetting the clock if desired, so you don't actually have to reset the clock. But I think I'm going to because it's sort of the standard thing to do. So I will call this 1935 will be your 0. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $32, $72, $84, $81, $72, $48. So, we're looking at the Great Depression here. Okay, so we're finding the best fitting quadratic model. So that's number 5, quad reg. And there it is. There's our best fitting quadratic model. Now let's calculate the SSE and the average error. That's our SSE, 65.0857, squared, right? This is squared. And then our average error is going to be, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 data points. So this will be square root of the answer divided by 6. So there's our average error. Let's also get the coefficient of determination. So we go to VAR's stats equation and then scroll down to capital R squared right there. And there's our coefficient of determination. And this, if we multiply this by 100, we get the percentage of variation that the data that is explained by the model. Variance in the data that's explained by the model. So 96.89%. All right, predict the number of bank failures in 1941. Okay, so that's easy enough. Vars, yvars, function, y1, 1941. Let's do it this way. We can just say 1941 minus 1935. And this is saying 5.2. So you might think, this seems like a pretty low value considering that our previous year was 48 and we've gone from 32 up to 84 to 48, and then 1 year we're in 5.2. But remember, with that, we're using a quadratic model here, so we have, we might have kind of picked it up at this point and kind of gone here or something. But this does kind of indicate that probably this model is not going to be valid for very long. Because, well, actually, let's do this. Let's go ahead and graph it just for the sake of getting a better idea here. And I think 0 to 10 is fine, so let's do zoom fit with that. Okay, so once this data, oh, that straight line is from the last problem. We don't need that anymore. There we go. So what I was saying was, once this data becomes negative, it's definitely not useful anymore because we can't have a negative number of banks failing. So really the last time that this is going to even be close to useful data, and it might not even be useful then, but it would be here when we have a 0. So if we calculate that 0, that occurs at 6.10. So basically, the 6th year is the last year that this model is going to be able to give us any sort of meaningful data. Okay. All right, I think that's going to be the end of this unit. Yes, it is. And in fact, that means that's the end of all of our units. From here on, we'll just be reviewing. This completes Unit 4.